Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Joleen. That's me and Sarah. Kristina Aguilera.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you hit it. Way to go. It is Friday, you guys. Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen and Sarah from Nerdtainment. We're going to be breaking down everything you need to know for spoilers, live feeds, and a little bit of yesterday's episode because I did not go live last night. I wasn't feeling it. So instead, I just watched Sarah and David and hung out in their chat. You know, sometimes you need to take personal days. And this week I've needed a personal week. So I might have to take a personal week coming up. Sarah.
Yes, you should actually. You deserve it. You work more than anyone I know, but it's always fun to have you in the chat.
I love watching you guys. I mean, I love supporting my fellow favorite YouTubers. Yes. I support YouTubers even that aren't necessarily my favorite. I just want to support.
Yeah.
But you guys are my faves. So.
Oh, thank you. It's so nice that you are supportive to a bunch of YouTubers. Such a great community.
As are you. I feel like we have a good community. Speaking of which, so I think we have to do some kind of solidarity stream. I was going to message you. That just reminded me. And I was going to message you about this tonight. But I think maybe our next live, we should wear towels on our head in honor of Maddie from Mad Rose D. Because if you guys, obviously, you know about Mad Rose. Like, you know that channel. Yeah. It's legendary. And Maddie and Janet do just great work. And literally have feeds and notes, and Maddie goes live every single day. And, you know, sometimes people, you know, us streamers, we get hate. And sometimes I understand the hate I get because I'm very opinionated and some people I might trigger, you know. But Maddie, she's like the nicest. So she got hate. She posted on her Twitter about her wearing a towel while giving the feed updates. And you saw that, Sarah. And people,
oh my God,
you guys, they're not killing it rolling in the bucks doing this. It's hard work to watch the feeds, take the notes, and deliver it to you every single day. And if she wants to wear a towel, this isn't corporate America. She's in her house. She could wear a damn towel, right, Sarah?
I mean, first off, none of us are rolling in it like this. I don't know if people are under some sort of delusion that this is a very lucrative gig. It's not. And second of all, if you don't like something, you have the right to say, hey, maybe don't wear a towel, but do not lose your grits going off about I don't know. That's just, it was obviously someone having a mental breakdown because that comment was unacceptable. Do not Maddie, speak to people that way.
She's wonderful. She can wear a towel. She cannot. Women don't have to wear makeup. We don't have to do anything. We can present ourselves however we want to present ourselves. And that's feminism. If I want to have my tots out and do this, I can do it. Now I might get, hit on YouTube.
You're going to get a strike.
It's my prerogative, Bobby Brown. You know what I mean? I'll get another strike and then I'll lose my channel. But I was just saying, it really made me mad.
Not yet.
Not yet. We got to wait 85 days still.
Yeah.
For me to go off. But much love to Maddie and Janet and whoever left that comment, like leave an apology comment and reconsider these weird thoughts or just don't watch. If you don't like it, don't watch.
Oh, that's the other thing. Please feel free, move on. Like we just said, we got a whole community. Maybe someone else strikes your fancy. I also don't care for when people want to throw in that a certain other somebody has a podcast is the way that they do it, because we don't all that's not the end all be all. Like, don't tell me that's how they do it and I have to do it that way.
Sarah, people last year on Big Brother were coming for me and they were like, Joleen, you're not professional. You'll never get on Rob as a podcast. I'm like, do you think all of our goals are to get on Rob as a podcast? Because they're not. God bless Rob as a podcast and much success. And we love them. But we have our own channels. We're building our own thing. Rob was on Survivor. He's in a league of his own.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
They have
even
a team.
Joleen and I have two very different channels. Like,
yes. So my goal is not, I believe me, I am well aware that I am not brand for Rob as a podcast. That was the opposite. I knew all the channels when I started my own. I saw Sarah and David. I saw Maddie and Janet. I saw Rob as a podcast. I saw Busy Blue at that time. So I was well aware. And I'm like, where would I fit in this? I want to talk about it. And I thought, comedian. I'm a comedian. So I just had to take a comedic approach. mine isn't going to be always the best strategically, but always be the best comedic strategic approach. Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
So yeah, we're both are very different, but that's so funny that they always do that comparison. You guys will never be on Rob as a podcast. No, don't hurt my feelings.
You may see yourself out now. Thank you.
Believe me, both myself and Rob know I'll never be on Rob as a podcast. And we have our own channels. And Sarah has her own channel. It's okay. We're all living.
Honestly, it's so much work and pressure. Because my main co-host is a dude, this has come up a few times where he'll be like, hey, can we do it this time or whatever? And I have to factor in an extra hour to make sure, I've had coffee and I'm awake, but also to do my hair and makeup. And he's not used to that. Like he has to just he could roll out of bed and do it. It's so annoying that we have to be camera ready. Yeah. So much more work. So wear a towel. I don't care.
And if I was like Maddie and I could wear a towel and still look cute, I'd do it. I would do it. Right? Okay.
Thank you, Max. Hi.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. So welcome. We're going to be talking all about BBCAN9, going a little over episode 11. Cause like I said, Sarah's already went over it. So lucky for Sarah, she gets to talk about it a little bit again. And then what we know from the live feeds, make sure you guys smash that like. I see we're sitting at 27 likes, but we got 70 or 93, 95, 96 of you joining. So let's get to 100 likes, you guys, if you want to support the channel. There are links in the description to do so. We have our Amazon wish list, PayPal, Patreon, Venmo, Cash App, and then Super Chat's a great way to do it too here on the YouTubes. Also, make sure you're subbed to Sarah at Nerdtainment if you're not already. Make sure because I'm on her channel every Tuesday talking BB. All right. So let's get into it. What should we do first? Do you want to do spoilers we know first or episode stuff first, Sarah?
It's your call. I'm so excited to talk about this Invisible HOH, but if we haven't talked about the episode, maybe we start with the episode? Do you like chronological stuff?
Yeah, and I don't have to get too in-depth with it because probably most of you guys have seen it. I thought it was a good episode. I thought there were some times where maybe I do feel like when they showed the videos of everybody in the house, it's fun, when they showed them the videos, but I feel like that those moments are the ones that take away from other things we could be watching. Now I know there wasn't a lot of strategy necessarily going on, but it was interesting the way they edited these past couple episodes. BBCAN and their editing is interesting. But what I did really like about this episode, obviously Kyle went home, no offense, but deuces, Kyle. And loved Austin's outfit. And I love that they had an alcohol party and Queen Victoria was just like, that's a wet. Like she was just whopping all over the couch. I loved it.
Party Vic. Now she warned us in her pre-interview bio, whatever. She was like, I like to party. And they were like, well, let's see. And they gave them alcohol and she straight up partied. I was so excited. That whole party montage was amazing. I like the guys kissing, Brayden and Jedson. I love it. I like Tina chugging mayonnaise. I love it.
That part made me kind of sick. I love myself some Tina, and I will have mayonnaise. I'm a white lady from the Midwest. I was raised on the mayo, but all that Hellmann's in my mouth at once, I wouldn't do that.
Well, I think they were playing like truth or dare, spin the bottle type stuff. So
for sure. But I'd be like, I would just make out. I'd rather make out with Brayden.
Remember when you used to drink tequila? I think you would have done it.
Yeah. No, I would have kicked somebody. I wasn't eat mayonnaise. I was, I'll kick you in the face, tequila drunk. Thank you. Did Sarah go to FSU? Yeah, I think she did.
I did. I'm supporting my team is in the March Madness bracket champion.
Oh, is that basketball, badminton?
That one.
Badminton. Okay. So yeah, I love badminton. Yay! Go Seminoles.
Go Noles.
No, sorry. Go Knowles, and also go Rupert from Survivor. I'm in my Rupert from Survivor sweater.
Yeah, that's right. Go tie-dye.
And I made my husband start watching Heroes versus Villains with me last night, and I'm so excited because he's never seen it. So this will be my second watch. And then I finished Samoa, and that was nice. Go Natalie. So yes. All right, you guys. So we got, I wish they would have shown it on the feeds, the drinking party. That would have been fun. But obviously I think BBCAN with their, what do we call it? Now I want to say marketing, but they're sponsors. They're sponsors. Wendy's is like, they should have vodka Frosties and have like tequila Frosties, vodka Frosties. Look what you can do. I mean, why wouldn't Wendy's?
No joke. That sounds delish.
And why wouldn't they want to get in
that?
Right to the alcohol business, which is a killer. And so is Wendy's fast food. It's a killer. Literally, figuratively, metaphorically, all of the thingies, icklies. But yeah, that would have been fun to see. Go ahead.
What did you think? So last night's episode showed us basically the campaign. They showed us a little bit of what Austin was doing, which was a little bit, and they showed us what Kyle did, which actually was a lot more. What did you think about the campaigning?
I mean, it was a little too late, obviously. It was a little disappointing. I would say Kyle, what was Kyle's campaign again? It was
he would go after Kiefer.
Yeah, so you want someone to go after Kiefer, but that still leaves him and Ro as a big pair. I think by that time, I just don't think the relationships are established enough. Like, I think there was such a, I mean, it does make sense for Tina and Tara, who are, obviously riding kind of the middle now. And Tara's just basically riding on Tina because, like you guys said in your stream last night, Tara would be in big trouble in this game if she wasn't aligned with Tina, because people would be using her as Pawn City every other day and she'd probably be having a breakdown. So it's unfortunate that it took a while for us to really see any true campaigning, because I do think had they had a little more time, like when Tina and Tara told Ro in the episode, we might be doing something. He's like, oh my God. I mean, Ro looked like he was going to cry, like he was going to have a baby. Like he was so excited. He was just like, but
I thought that was crazy that Ro wasn't willing to do anything. He was like, Kyle, peace out. And then he was like, wait, there's a chance? What? He was like, let everyone else do it. It's like, all right, well.
Like, so you're saying there's a chance. And it was exciting for a minute thinking there could be a chance, because no matter what, I do love a flip. I was just, I think, ready for Kyle to go, because I did not feel as though he really gave us what we needed in this game. He was kind of a wallflower player, and it's interesting to see him and Austin's budding relationship. If you're the type that watches it for showmances, I'm sure maybe there's some out there like that. I don't mind a non-gross showmance. I feel like their showmance might have been not gross. And I compare it to like the grossest of showmances being like Jerkson and Holly Beth, or Nick and Bella, all the BB21 showmances. But it was sweet. But yeah,
it was a cute package, because they really never did become a showmance, and it was just really bad timing. I mean, first off, we know Austin hasn't had a boyfriend, so it was going to be a slow roll to get her. And then by the time he like kind of was getting her attention, they're both on the block together. But I thought that was a sweet little segment to throw in, since they were gonna break up.
There was no stool in a shower, so it was pretty sweet on Big Brother standards. And this, I have to remember, this is Canadian Big Brother. Heather, welcome to your first time catching us live. Hello from Texas. Woo woo. I wish, though, instead of them showing the package of them watching themselves, there was kind of cute things where you got to see Vic was just like, oh my God. And then you saw when Kiefer ran in the Expedia room when it opened up like Home Alone, like he's Macaulay Culkin, like, and then checked under all the pillows for stuff. That was kind of funny. But I wish they would have shown the roast, Sarah. Now, there was a roast, you guys, on the feeds. And this was not shown. So I don't think they'll show it, because this is now, if they show it, Kyle's gone. I mean, I guess they could do like a flashback edit and be like, this is what we did. But I feel like if they didn't show it, they also didn't show the drag show. And those were two very entertaining group activities. And normally I'm not a huge fan of the Big Brother group activities, because they tend to be lame. They're like, welcome to Big Brother. This is our house. This is our BB fam. Remember, again, BB21. I'm never going to let you guys forget the nightmare that was that, because don't let that happen again. Once we become complacent and forget these things happen, they repeat themselves. So I will always remind you guys of the horror that was Holly Beth. Welcome to our house. This is our family. Once they start calling themselves a family, the season's over. That's what I found with Big Brother.
Oh, they called themselves a family already. It's just instantaneous. They did show us just like a snippet of the drag race, just basically a still of all the guys already. dressed. But I am holding out. I'm hoping we get a little bit of the roast.
Do you think we'll get it in like the kind of towards the end of the season, best of memories? Remember the time when
I definitely hope it's then. But they could squeeze it in on Monday maybe and just like cut out Kyle. Like Kiefer's was the best. Just show me Kiefer's and a little bit of Rose and we're good.
Listen, you guys know I'm hella critical when it comes to house guests thinking they're funny and just
so risky.
Men overall thinking they're funny. And I'm not the biggest Kiefer fan, but he did really well. He did really my favorite jokes of his. I mean, he had all of them were pretty. I mean, I'm trying to think if there was one I didn't really feel. It was very good. I LOL'd a few times. And after you watch so much comedy, Sarah, you know, you watch so much comedy, you're just like, you almost you can't laugh anymore because you perform it, you do it. It's like a job.
Seen it all. You get it. Yeah.
But what he was talking about, and maybe it's because we're so inside, you know, this game and in our heads about, you know, we've been looking for the mop because you always hear about the mop. You know, Beth was always like, where's the mop? Where's the mop? And the whole season, it has been on Tina's head. I LOL'd so loud because it's such a simple but quick joke that's like, yes, the mop. And it is Tina's perm. I loved it.
Oh, that was so good. I mean, you aren't his biggest fan, but like he does host a radio show. Like he does have like some performance in him. And he's also a Sagittarius like me. We are naturally performers like Britney Spears. I mean, the list is long of performance Sagittariuses. But I like his timing was legit when Tara was like handed it off to him. He just off the cuff was like, thank you, Tara. I haven't seen you in 11 episodes. And I fell out my chair. Like I was like, yes, that's exactly how you start it, you know?
Yep. That's all Tara talks about is how she isn't in the episodes, but she's in the episodes arguably more than she should be, more than her game justifies.
Just last night she was the star of the show, but I hadn't seen her in a while.
I feel like I see her every episode more than I should. You know what I mean? I feel like I should go, who's that again?
But aren't we only seeing her and Tina sitting there and doing like a little something cutesy? You know, like they added in, we talked about this on Tuesday or you were bringing it up and they put it in Wednesday's show of like, these children, the plates, the dishwasher, the bread and the jam. Like they brought that up. Like I feel like that's the only time we're seeing Tara. I haven't seen her do game stuff.
But she doesn't care. The thing with Tara and Kiefer is they legit are the two people in the house who are very much aware and concerned about their screen time. Kiefer has already decided, and I think this is the problem I have with Kiefer. Game-wise, I think, you know, he is making moves strategically. I don't think he's necessarily getting the credit he deserves. But I think it's because he has that unfortunate personality that is like, I'm gonna put myself on slop this week so that I can it's Canada, they can take me off so I can see that Canada really likes me. You know, I'm gonna have a lot of fans outside of this. Like he literally says these things and it's like, oh, humble Kendrick Lamar. Like you need to just like sit down, be humble. Because Austin and Kyle were talking about that, just how Kiefer is, I think it was Austin and Kyle. It was Austin and somebody, maybe Braden, about how Kiefer talks about this sort of thing. And he's talked about it since day one. Like, this is just a small thing on my large, you know, how of my takeover of the world.
Like the fans he's going to gain and stuff like that. Yeah, it is. But to be fair, he's top 3 player in this house right now. So strategically.
Yes. And keep doing that and talk less about all this stuff, because most likely after this, there's very few BBUS or BBCAN people we see killing it. BBCAN, the only truly memorable one we see killing it in entertainment we did for a long time was Ica. And again, I don't live in Canada, so you might be like, Joleen, there's Blobbity Blue in Ontario and Blobbity Blue in Alberta, just like that great joke that Kiefer said about Beth's face. And Shannon Van, one of my wonderful mods who also has a fantastic YouTube channel, sent me she sent me the roast, like a clip of it. And then she explained to me why that joke was funny.
Why is that? Because they fell off the couch.
Yeah. So obviously Canadians are like, hello. It'd be kind of like, we were like, oh my God, she's got a South Dakota face, but a North Dakota booty. We'd be like, oh my God. I don't know. It's just whatever. Anyways. Okay. So here's some context. She said, oh, okay. So Kiefer mocks Beth and they're assuming because a lazy eye situation. Alberta is the province he mentioned, second to the left, where it shows Calgary and Edmonton, not a straight line. Ouch. So I'm looking here.
Wait,
So I got
is that her eyes? Because yeah, he says, why don't Calgary and Edmonton line up? And I was like, I don't know how they line up. So
I never knew whose eyes they were talking about when they talk about lazy eyes, because people on Twitter were talking about that. I thought they were talking about Ty, then I thought they were talking about Beth, and I had no idea. So apparently this kind of ruins the joke that me and Sarah have to be explaining this through geography, but you Canadians, you understand. America, we don't learn shit except for American shit. Okay. Alberta is the province he mentions. All right. So Alberta, I see Alberta. Okay. Where it shows Calgary and Edmonton, not a straight line. So her face was in the shape of Alberta. Yeah, that's kind of true. Okay. And then Calgary and Edmonton don't line up. Yeah. Okay. So I should have. Okay. Let me see if I can show this.
Yeah. You enjoying the joke without us is not
I was like,
working.
Oh my God. And shout out to Shannon Van for sending that to me. She's like, in Vancouver.
Jolene's like, oh yeah, I get it. Oh, that's funny. So I'm like, Alberta. Okay. So Calgary and Edmonton are almost like eyes, like they're supposed to be like this. If we're looking at Alberta,
they're almost straight. Oh, they're that great.
Oh my God.
So let's pull it up here so we can get the full effect. So here's the map that Shannon Van sent me. Okay. So Calgary and Edmonton are almost a straight line to each other. All right. So let me share this with you guys so you can see all the ha-has I'm having over here. Okay. So we have, let me take this down. All right. So here's Alberta. So that's her face shape.
Oh.
She does have that pointy jaw, right? Like she's got like a face I would want that, no double chin. So Edmonton and Calgary, or maybe her head is from the side. I don't know. It was funny. Even if I didn't understand the geography, it was still funny because they laughed so much that it made me laugh. So here's Edmonton and Calgary. Yeah, they don't line up.
But they're supposed to line up. So that doesn't make me think it's eyes anymore. Like,
well, what if you turned it sideways? What if her head... What if half of her head, we don't see it, but half of her head's missing?
Way too much work for Americans trying to understand a Canadian geographical joke. But anyway, apparently it was amazing because people fell off the couch. And I haven't heard her complain about it. I mean, the feed's cut a lot, but like I haven't heard her be like, my face, what? Because if anyone told me I looked like any state or territory, I think I'd be mad. You're just not supposed to look like that. You're supposed to look like a face, like a woman.
I don't know why it's funny to me, but it is. And Alberta looks like Bart Simpson's head. Maybe Sheila has Bart Simpson's head.
Oh, it's like a profile of Bart Simpson.
Yes, and Beth is from Alberta, so it was hilarious. So yeah, so they're saying she's from Alberta. Maybe then it was less of the like they said the shape,
what's his
right?
name on Goonies? That's a better reference for me. If we go to Goonies,
yeah. Hey,
Chonk.
you guys.
Wait, not Chonk. That's the kid. Yeah. Hey, you guys. Oh, this is horrible, you guys.
And just a shout out to my mods. I think I just put someone in timeout. There's a Nicole Anthony's podcast stan in the comments who they're sending their fans after us because we don't like their podcasts. All right. Okay, so and Shannon Van says, and Beth does have a lazy eye, so it was hilarious.
Oh no, that's horrible. Oh no.
I mean, that's the roast, so that's why I never like to get roasted because it is pick on your looks, pick on your stuff. Like that's what they always do.
Oh, I don't like a roast. And I was like, in this game, seriously, you're gonna roast people? Mm-hmm. But Kiefer came to play. It happened.
Yeah. He did. It was, he did great
though. That's what I'm talking about. Sloth.
He did great. And he really, he did have good timing. I think someone in the chat was like, hey, I had good timing. Yes, he definitely. Yeah. And timing is something, a lot of times people say you're kind of bored with the comedic timing, but I do think if you study enough comedy, you can pick it up. So yeah. Yes, you guys. All right. So that was fun. I wish they kind of would have showed that. That would have been awesome. Let's see. Oh my gosh, when you time someone out, they're timed out for 300 seconds. I didn't know that. This is so fun.
Yeah. Was that like 5 minutes?
Yeah, her
I don't
name
know
is
why they tell
Emily.
you in seconds, but
Emily Jane. Yeah, I've actually been to Edmonton. I've been to Edmonton. I've been to
I've only been to Vancouver and it was
yeah.
gorgeous. Oh,
I
I
want to go to
loved it so much.
Vancouver. Let's
So
all go visit
beautiful.
Shannon Ban in Vancouver. That would
I'll
be
do it.
amazing.
All right. Well, so end of the episode last night. Obviously,
mhm.
we were going to lose Kyle. The only vote he got was Ro. But then we hear about the invisible HOH. What do you think about that, JoJo?
I like
Not
it.
on the radio.
I like it. I think this invisible HOH twist is very interesting because you're going to have someone who's going to be able to be HOH. No one will know. So there's no HOH room being used. Their noms will be invisible, so anonymous. Noms anonymous. And they do have the opportunity to play in the veto if they're picked, so their name can be drawn for the veto. And what else comes with it? Is there another thingy, another special?
Did you say they can play next week?
Yep. Oh yeah, they can play for HOH next week. So it's a really good deal.
Yeah.
You guys literally kill me. I watched that. Have you ever seen that CBS series, Sarah? It's so good. It's like hell or heaven or something. So really good actors in it. And it's basically about this priest and this woman who used to work for like, I think she was like a former prosecutor or something. And they're working together.
Oh yeah, I watched the pilot. It didn't stick with it.
Oh my God. Watch more
Was it
than
really
the pilot.
good?
Yes.
Yeah?
And she has a sleep paralysis demon. And that kind of reminds me.
I had a sleep paralysis demon once, though. That's a
You
real
did not.
story, and that's a
Is that
whole
a real
other
thing?
I'm not talking. Oh yeah. There.
What?
Yes.
How I have watched so much Buffy the Vampire Slayer and I've never gotten nothing demon. What is up with that?
Well, Buffy's not real. I don't know what to.
Oh my gosh, how did you get rid of it?
It took some work.
Did you have to go like see someone? Oh yes, yes.
My mom can do that kind of stuff. So, but she and I had to work on it for a while.
Oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you, Sarah. I didn't know that
was freaky.
Was something that people had. Oh my gosh, Angie said I've had a couple. It's very scary.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, you guys. I've never had sleep paralysis either, but I've seen it in movies and television shows. That's all I knew of it, so I didn't even know if it was real. And then I've heard people describe situations of sleep paralysis.
Well, so there's two things. Oh my God, this is going to be a tangent. Whenever I come on Jolene's channel, we're talking about everything.
This is what we do. It's like cash conversation about BB and fun.
There's a few different types of sleep paralysis because a very common sleep paralysis is when you as an individual, it has nothing to do with anybody else, where you have like astral traveled, like you've gone out during your sleep. You've left your body. I don't know where you are. The moon stars Paris. I don't know where you are, but you've left your body and you haven't quite fully gotten back into your body yet when you wake up. So you wake up and your body can't move until you're fully back into your body. So it feels like sleep paralysis. So that's one thing, and that's no big deal. Don't freak out about it. You might have just been somewhere. But if there's like another thing there, ooh, that's a whole other story. Yeah.
Was it talk? Like, do they talk?
You get messages, you hear the point.
And do you know why they came or how? Like, because, you know, if Mama Bev worked with you to kind of get rid of it, is there something that a portal you opened? Like, not blaming the victim, but I'm just saying.
No, but it is. There's some like, but it can happen when you're just depressed. It can happen if you like were on drugs or like this is going to sound really weird, but I did a juice fast. I went to a really dark place during a juice fast and then something latched onto me. For like a month.
Sarah.
But like anytime you sort of like get to a low, dark place, it can latch onto you.
I feel like, okay, I must be, I don't know. Now I feel like something must be wrong with me because I've been to so many low, dark places. And as a comedian, we're so messed up. And even the demons were like, nah,
I don't think it happens to everybody.
She's scary. Don't go in our room. Yeah. She's scary and she toots in her sleep.
You probably immediately were like, no, get away. And they were like, moving on.
Oh my gosh. Sarah, that's so scary. So you had it for a while, but you got rid of it.
Yeah, it was like a few weeks. It was really scary. But my mom and I, we worked on it. We got,
Get it, Mama Bev and Sarah. Get it. Well, oh my God, I want to just like, this is why I like us. I miss us having our Good Pop podcast, even though that wouldn't have been a topic for Good Pop, but I miss just like BSing with
I
you
know.
about this kind of stuff.
That was what was so fun about Good Pop. And maybe if we ever have free schedules, we'll bring it back. But
yes, juice is the closest Sarah will get to drugs. Sarah didn't know that she was doing a mushroom LSD PCP juice fast. She had no idea it was a peyote juice fast. Oh my God.
That's so true. So funny.
Yes, demons are hecklers for me. And I sometimes welcome them because sometimes I get bored and I'm like, okay, what do you guys just say something? No, you never really want a heckler, but sometimes it's fun because it's like open free therapy where you can just go, guess what? Boom, 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 boom. Say all these things you've always wanted to say, but you can't say because it's like the social construct of society is really limiting and you have to have tact and it's like so annoying. But anyways, back to Big Brother. Speaking of tactfulness. Okay. So we see Kyle go home. Now I have to ask you, what did you think of Tara crying at the fact that Kyle left and she was like, my son in the game? What's that about, Sarah?
Well, Tara's a one of a kind. I didn't realize she was so attached to Kyle. She did try to get Austin out instead of Kyle. So maybe she's closer to him than I realized. But yeah, she was feeling it. But I honestly with Tara, I mean this in the most loving way, but I just kind of eye roll it, 75% of the things Tara does. So
it's like she's a less problematic Christmas Abbott. I feel like she has those tendencies of being annoying like Christmas, but Christmas is so problematic and Tara hasn't really shown to be problematic, just kind of,
she's not problematic, but she's a handful. She's got lots to say, lots to do, lots to feel, apparently.
And I still have her on my team. Do I have her on my team? Did I pick her? Sarah, I don't remember. All I remember is Ty and Spicy.
Oh, really? You don't remember your winning team? Yep. Tara, Ty, and Spicy V.
All right. Yeah, because I had this
Hi,
hope.
baby.
Hi, Chuck. Hey, baby. Who's covering BB? See, we like to rhyme, Sarah. We're very close since we started watching Survivor together. I'm this close to getting Chell to recap the next season of Survivor with me. Like,
yes.
I'm just going to take a couple of lovely nights.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Oh. Married people stuff. So, oh my God, I just love having Sarah on the channel because everything I say, she's like, oh God, okay, move on, Joleen, moveon.org. All right.
What do married people do?
Mouth stuff. Okay, so talking. It's all talking, you guys.
It's talking. I got
it. Yeah, Blowjo Joleen. So, yes. That was a lot for Tara, but I had this hope that Tara and LaToya were going to work together and it was going to be these like little, just like buff women in their 30s just kicking ass, but obviously that did not happen. I didn't know that Tara referred to Jed and Ty as aggressive in those people. Did she?
Hey, now I didn't see that. Oh, I don't know.
Oh God, you have to pay attention every second to these feeds because these people will always find a way to say something. I did see quite a few tweets saying this will be the first time maybe in any Big Brother we've ever watched that this early we have no white men going into this early in the game, like at all. Because there were two.
Look how we started.
And they're gone.
Yeah, we only had two. That's the beauty of having this cast. So
yeah, someone shared like a meme of, like Daner and all the previous, like a lot of white men winners, a lot of white
of course
winners. You know what I'm saying? A lots of whites, if you know what I mean. Okay. So it is great that we're seeing so much diversity, but also I do have to ask you, Ty and Jed are getting a lot of hate on Twitter and in the BB world.
Why?
Have you seen this?
I don't pay attention to that. They're not in my feed.
Oh, okay. It's in my feed and I'm just like, what is the deal? And also when I watch it, I also pay attention to the comments when I watch on the Twitch, when I watch the stream on the Twitch or watch the episodes, I should say. And I don't really get all the hate, especially for Ty. Did I miss something with him?
I don't know why we would hate. I other than BB Stan Twitter loves to hate, but like there's no reason to hate. I don't think anyone in this house, like they're not really like problematic or anything. I get that if you don't. I mean, Jed and Ty are not the brightest bulbs in the pack, but they are cuties and not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
Other than messing around with Beth when they obviously don't like her, but
I
hey,
know.
they're in the
But
house. What else are you gonna do?
I mean, it's all consensual, and Ty's pretty much done messing with her, right? And it's just Jed lately.
Lately, it's just Jed.
So we'll see if the thruple, if the isosceles triangle, is that what you call them, Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
If they decide to switch it up, switcheroo. Sometimes you get bored. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Big Brother house this season is kind of like one of those swap parties where you just throw your keys in the dish. You throw your Big Brother key in the dish. You pick up one. You're like, there you go. You know, if it's
Tina and Tara were talking about it today. Tina was like, I don't understand. She's like moved over to Jed now, right? She's not with Ty anymore. She's moved over to Jed. And is she going to move back to Ty at some point? And Tara was like, I don't know. And they both laughed about it.
I have no idea. Now, do you think, okay, so going back to the episode, Kyle went home. They did the HOH competition. The HOH competition ended, obviously, on a cliffhanger. We have them counting rocks as they fall, and they're in their own little area with walls so they can't see their fellow person with their counters behind them. And at some point, they're going to just stop the count, and then whoever has the closest count of rocks. These are very interesting competitions this season, but I don't hate it. I don't hate the fact that we don't have to have these like where you have to be so athletic to win these things, you know?
Yeah, no, we're having fun with these comps. Look at who keeps winning them. It's a lot of fun. I love the secret let's count rocks. I mean, you're bound to miss one here and there. Hopefully they were like flying really fast at some point, but it was a lot of rocks. We saw a still that they were like up to 300. So
yeah. We'll see. So
can we talk about the invisible HOH?
So the spoiler HOH winner hasn't been confirmed, but I mean, we're pretty sure.
Yeah,
the feeds have been off and on all day.
They're mostly off, you guys, but they have come on a little bit, just long enough for us to see one person who's giving us some really strong hints. So it's not 100% confirmed, but it's very high probability.
We think it's Spicy V.
It's Spicy V!
It's gotta be Victoria because she earlier today they put on the feeds and she was in the bathroom and she was giving the cameras looks when she was done talking to people, and when she was talking to Kiefer she was like, I just know that it's in so many words she was like, I just know that you're gonna be okay, and that it's and then they both laughed. He's like, I'm just gonna stay in here all day, Spicy V, and she's like, yeah. And then when I think she was talking to Jed or something, when he left she was like, what the fuck am I going to do? She looked at the camera kind of and said that and was just like making these faces. Now we do know Spicy V could be trolling us. She could, or she could have lied to someone or something. But from the looks of it, it looks as though Victoria won the invisible HOH. And Sarah informed me that we already know have-nots for the week that the invisible HOH invisibly put up. And who are the have-nots, Sarah?
So have-nots are Austin and Brayden, Kiefer, and Vic.
Those are Dan Giesling moves. Those are some Dan Giesling moves.
Girl
some psychological
is doing the most with her little secret HOH. Yeah, when I first was watching her this morning and doing the things that you're talking about, where she was like, Kiefer, you're good, you're good, you're good.
And like, then they'd laugh and he's like, oh my God.
Yeah. So I was like, but she's the one in the house that no one can trust, even us. So like, I glued to the feeds all day long because I don't trust Vic. And at one point the feeds come back to us finding out that Tina got the HOH letter. And so I was like, wait, is it Tina? But it turns out that it was public. She read it in front of everybody, and it was a gift from the HOH. So it means we don't know what it means.
HOH picked who got a letter from home. This is a fun twist.
It's a fun
HOH twist. I know some people are probably like, oh, it's annoying. They keep turning the feeds off, but it's kind of fun to not know. And I also think it adds something so cool to the game. And you have this freedom. Now, granted, they're already speculating who it is, and they're already speculating Victoria. But it can add this really fun, anonymous, obviously element to the game where you might feel more compelled to put up bigger targets you might have not done had if you had to stand behind them. But it looks like she's talking about putting up, is it Austin and Roe?
Okay, so here's what I find fascinating about Vic. is she did a great job most of the day being like, it's not me, it's not me. I mean, if it were me, I'd put up Austin and Roe. I'd put up Austin and Roe. And it was so heavy-handed that I was like, she's not going to put up Austin and Roe. If she's saying these things, she's like setting it up for her to do something sneaky, like put up a Jed and Ty.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was like, oh, it's not me, it's not me. And then also she was like, I think it's Roe. She told most people she thinks it's Roe. I think she really is trying to frame him. And if Jed and Ty are the noms that she puts up, it's not too difficult to be like, oh, Roe probably would do this. Mm-hmm. So for most of the day, she did a pretty good job of like gaslighting most people into thinking it probably is Roe. And just in case, you know, it would be, if she were to win, it'd be Austin and Roe that would go up. And then that wouldn't be the noms. You know what I mean?
Do you think she'll do a Ty and Jed?
Well, I think
oh, go ahead.
I'm only worried now because when the have-nots happened, and okay, so there was a point in the day when Jed and Ty and Roe and Beth were talking, and it got in Jed and Ty's head that if Austin or Brayden won, that Jed and Ty would be their noms, right? So mm-hmm. Jed and Ty and Beth wanted to go talk to Austin and Brayden and be like, look, we saved Austin from going home. We're with you guys, just to like, in case they were HOH. So that happened after the have-nots, and it was the five of them, Austin, Brayden, Jed, Ty, and Beth, talking about like, wait, what? These have-not choices don't make any sense. Then who's the HOH? Like trying to figure it out. And somebody was like, wait, Victoria has a slot pass. So she could do this. Ooh. Oh my God. And they started to like scream and freak out. And they were like, she's such a good actor. She would totally do this. This is crazy. So now if she realizes that they've kind of caught on, she might dial it back and do Austin and Roe.
Now,
I don't know.
Okay. How did she get a slot pass? Is that something I missed?
We've all missed it. We don't know.
I have this feeling it's like production saying she won something from Canada just to protect the fact that she's HOH. Could that be? Or is this something they knew about before this invisible HOH?
It might have been a comp that was part of the HOH comp. Mm-hmm. Because it sounded like they knew it was either Tara or Vic who would have won it. And then they were saying, but if Tara had it, she'd like let all of us know. It wouldn't be a secret. Mm. So it sounds like there was a comp that happened and people just aren't sure who won it.
This is interesting. And just like David King was saying, Austin may go up now because she said it's wrong to be on Slop and on the Block. This is what's interesting about this cast is they aren't understanding that it's really good strategy to put the people that you want gone on Slop so that they don't necessarily perform their best. And when you're dealing like BBUS, they're also sleeping poorly in a room that they're sleeping on dentist chairs or airline chairs or, all kinds of crazy stuff or where it's really cold. So it's a good idea to make the people you want to go home have-nots. But this season of players kind of think it's mean and we should all take our fair, shot at Slop. No, that's not how Big Brother works. Big Brother, you're supposed to be uncomfortable. You're supposed to be, especially when you're on the block like that. Why would the HOH, who gets to pick the people on Slop, want you to have all the nourishment and sleep and rest you need to win a POV so they have to get more blood on their hands and put up another person? That just doesn't make any sense. So it's interesting to hear that because I remember when they were talking, people were making such a big deal about Roe being on Slop for 2-3 weeks, however weeks in a row. Who cares?
Who cares? I don't understand why people do get so upset about this. And then Canada, I get it. You voted to like save him, but
that was
who cares?
Dumb. He said he likes slop. He was talking about, I love slop. But listen, if you're going to talk a big game, if you're going to be like, I love it, this is nothing to me, then you could be on it the rest of the game. Do you remember Chicken George? Wasn't he on slop like the whole freaking
The
time?
whole season. Yeah.
So Ro will be okay. Like this is a little crybaby big brother, a little bit. Where it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so I think Vic had a really good plan. I think her plan was to put Jed and Ty up secretly, and she was going to gaslight everyone to think it was either Ro or Beth. Because occasionally, depending on who she talked to, she was like, "It could be Beth. Beth wouldn't tell anybody. It could be Beth, and Beth is not a have-not, and neither is Ro." So I think that was part of her plan of like, I'm gonna put myself as a have-not. I'll go on slop, and Ro and Beth are not, so either one of them could be blamed for this, but I'm not sure she's going to go through it if the heat is on her and she starts to realize people are figuring out that it's her.
That's why people just need to kind of calm it down while talking about it, because Austin might make herself the overall target in this if they just don't kind of play it cool and see what happens, because sometimes the more you talk, the more.
I thought Austin did so there was one point when that group, like, they're like, oh my God, Vic. And then Vic walks in and Vic's like, man, these have not picks. What? And they were like, yeah, these have not picks. So weird. And they were like, it would really stink to be nominated and to have not. So really hoping, and Austin like laid it on thick. She was like, it would be evil. It would be really evil for someone to secretly put us on slop and on the block. And then, shortly after Vic left. And so I was like, ooh, well, if Vic realizes that Austin is catching on to her, I don't know if she'd do it.
Yeah. Well, that's true. So maybe that was, Austin's strategy is, well, I know. And so I'm going to make her feel really guilty, but I don't know. Will Vic feel guilty about this? But I mean,
I don't know. Vic is so good at gaslighting everyone. I mean, she sat down with Austin and Brayden earlier and was like, oh, we're so good. We're so good. I mean, I think as long as it's, not the three of us on the block, like we're good. We're good. She said that to every single person today. And it's fascinating how even if they were like, maybe Vic has it, she'd walk in, she'd do her little spiel and they'd be like, must be Ro, must be that. Like, they buy everything she says. It's insane. She's so good.
She is. She's good. Harley Chloe said, I'm glad Rowan isn't on slop his face. For sure. You Canadians are really nice, because I would have just let them stay unless I really liked the player. I wouldn't vote for it, because here's the thing. There's other things that they can have besides the slop, right? There's a couple other things that you can.
Yeah, but they're usually just like condiments. It's not really something of value.
But he said he loved it. Why was he malnourished? Just eat a lot of slop if you love it. Was he not eating it because he didn't like it?
No, I mean, the slop is nourishment. I just don't think you love it, so you don't eat a lot of it. Smother it in ketchup or whatever they're allowed that week.
Just give them the PB&Js back. They were eating those. They were complaining, the cookies and the peanut butter and jelly toast.
Yeah, PB&J is great.
That would be the hardest thing for me, is the lack of sleep, like having to sleep with people or in beds with people. I wouldn't like that. And then I wouldn't want to be on slop, because like Beth hasn't been on slop yet. I don't think, has Ty been on slop yet?
I don't think so.
There's quite a few people in the house who have not yet been on slop.
We're repeating. Austin and Brayden were just. Kiefer's already been. Vic's already been. Like, this is a repeat group. Like, they're not spreading out the love here, or the non-love. Yeah. It's very interesting. But I think Vic knew what she was doing. Oh, yeah. PBJs, I could live off of that. I have lived off of that.
And look what they do on Survivor and what they're able to do. I mean, granted, their blood pressure does drop. And when I just watched Samoa, like 2 people almost died. But other than that, they were fine, you guys. They were fine.
Oh, yeah. Okay? It's not healthy what's happening on Survivor, but this is not that bad.
No, they have all the water they want, but Survivor's more of people are dehydrated on top of it. And they're having like this much rice a day and maybe a rat here and there, which I saw this past season, which was that's very gross.
Yeah. Rats and bats.
I love that Victoria said to put herself on slop to get skinny. I remember her making comments about wanting to be on slop to get so skinny. I feel like I can get fat on anything, so I would eat slop and gain weight. I was a vegan once and gained weight. Like I can gain weight on anything.
It's so easy to gain weight as a vegan. There's so much great junk food that we eat instead.
That's what I was, a junk food vegan. And I feel like that's my superpower. If I was like a Marvel, like if I was Justice League or whatever the things, Sarah, you have the nerd channel. I just know Buffy. But if I was, my superpower would be I can gain weight doing anything, even jogging. I can gain weight. So, yes, tastes like chicken. So as of now, you guys, we do think that Victoria won the Invisible HOH. We're not quite sure. It doesn't look like they're going to do noms until tomorrow.
Yeah, they're talking about tomorrow.
So they're just, and do they keep cutting the feeds, or are the feeds going right now?
Yeah, the feeds have been down this whole time.
There was talk that maybe people were speculating we wouldn't get feeds till Monday.
Well, yeah, they didn't come back last night at all. Like Vic could have easily gone to Cam Talk last night and been like, oh my God, I got it. And we missed it. So they gave us an hour this morning, and then they've just given us like 5 minutes here and there this afternoon.
Just a little bit.
So I don't know if what else we're going to get. They did say they'll come back tonight, but it's already late over on the East Coast. So it might not be till tomorrow.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll give us a little bit, maybe when noms go, and then cut it. I mean, I don't know how much we're going to get this weekend, but we'll see. Partly cloudy. I lost 30 pounds by getting pneumonia. I tried all kinds of diets before. Couldn't lose weight. Guess what? I got pneumonia in 2012, had to go to the hospital. I gained weight on pneumonia. I swear to God. And I had... Well, they also had to give me steroid shots too for that. But I gained weight on pneumonia. So like I said, it's my superpower. I can gain weight doing anything. I'm amazing. So
I lost like 15 to 20 pounds on a divorce. Divorce will do that.
That's the one thing I haven't tried yet. I mean, I had kind of a common law divorce because I was with someone for like 8 years. And then, but you know what? I did lose weight on that because I was surviving off Pinot Grigio and trail mix. That was and cigarettes. That was my diet.
That'll do it.
In my 20s. Yeah. Oh God. Those were good days. And that's when I met Chell. I was like, look at me all skinny and heartbroken. Who wants some? Who wants some?
And he was like, sign me up.
Yeah, pneumonia's scary.
Just
like COVID. Yeah, don't get COVID.
I didn't lose any weight on COVID.
I did. I'm surprised I haven't gotten COVID. Like I didn't think I'd get out of this without it, but I'm not out yet because I'm not vaccinated. So I don't know.
Wow. A lot of people didn't get it. I don't think everyone got it.
Everyone I know got it, but everyone I know is also in LA. So that was crazy. More and more tangents with Joleen and Sarah. I drag Sarah into my tangents. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So if they do noms tomorrow, then they're going to do the POV on Sunday, do you think?
I hope not. I hope they just go straight from noms to veto pick. I don't know. Why would we be pushing this at all? This is weird.
Yeah, it is weird. And I feel as though everything's kind of switching up with this invisible HOH. And maybe with the invisible HOH comes invisible feeds. And that's when they're like,
a little
bit. Then we're going to
a little bit. We definitely, even if it weren't Vic, but we know it's Vic. It's definitely not Austin and Braden because they would have told each other. It could have been Tina. I was dead set on it being Tina for a while because she's just like stealth. Could have been her.
Well, people were reporting it was her. Adam Pike from BB7, part of the Pretty Boys, he put it on Twitter. Tina won because people were checking, I think, Wikipedia. So first it said Tara and then Tina. So he was like, it's definitely Tina. And people were like, okay, Adam. No.
Yeah, don't believe random Wikipedia or random people. I don't know.
What about us? Believe us.
Jed and Ty are just not good enough to get away with this. So they're definitely not HOH. And I don't think Beth is either. I feel like there would have been a conversation between the three of them that we would have seen.
The throuple would have told each other. I really feel like. So I do agree. I'm pretty sure it's Vic because of the way she was acting. It was very and it's great that it's Vic because, well, for a lot of reasons. She's on my team. I love Victoria, and also the fact that she'll cam talk to us. So if they would show us the feeds, we could see that. Now, what did you think of this kind of makeup a couple days ago with Beth and Victoria, where they were saying maybe we would just work together and we just like do this?
Look, I can't believe anything Vic says because we are pretty sure she hates Austin and Brayden, or at least Austin. It seems that way, but yet she is like telling Austin and Brayden she's there with them. So like, I don't believe anything she says to most people.
Yeah.
So no, I didn't buy any of this like faux makeup with Beth. Like,
no, I think it's good to do strategically to just be like, yeah, maybe we will. But was there a point that I missed where Vic said that Keith was her number one and he said she was his number
yeah,
one?
they have.
And when did they say this? Because I kind of assumed they were, they were playing together under the radar and kind of reporting back to each other. But
It was
they
during,
confirmed?
I mean, yeah, it was during this, he told her like, I got you, boo, this week. And he was legit on that. She didn't even go up as a renom. So, through that week of her just being like, oh, I owe you, like, this is amazing. I'll never, like they had that conversation where he was like, I will never put you up. And she was like, I'll never do it again, not even as a pawn. She was like, this is you and I together. Like, yeah, they have said that a few times. And this morning, like you said, she heavily hinted he was safe, and she didn't do that to anyone else. So I almost believe that she is like the closest with Kiefer.
Pretty epic final too. Like, I know I keep saying that and putting it out in the universe, but 2 super fans making it to the end like that, and 2 once adversaries. It's so funny because I didn't realize when the Kiefer Vic stuff started, because I always thought they got along and they were working together. And then there was a point where I felt like Kiefer was throwing her under the bus, and I'm like, what is he doing? And then all of a sudden Kiefer's like, I'm gonna target Vic. I'm like, why are you targeting Vic? Like, I get she's a little messy and she says stuff, but he legit, when Kiefer was on the block, she was out there finding information for him before she was HOH. And then, so it's interesting, the evolution of this game and what can happen from, you're kind of working together to now I'm putting you on the block to now we're working together again. The ups and downs of Big Brother.
Totally. But like, I give them credit for letting grudges go, letting heat of the moment go, because you got to see that big picture and you do need an ally. And she did not really have, a number one. So
she does.
If she can hold on to that, that's great.
Yeah. Totally agreed. Jacqueline said, did you see Beth during the HOH comp laughing like she was so thrilled it was weird? She was very excited about this invisible HOH. She was. I saw, Victoria was just like, and Jed was like, and then Beth was just like, like she was very, very, very excited. So,
yeah, it made me think she was really going for it and hoping she got it.
Yes. Thank you, BB. And yes, like this video, 152 watching, 73 likes. Let's get those likes up, you guys. Let us know in the chat who you guys are rooting for. At this point, Sarah, are you rooting for your team, or who do you think?
No, my team is dead.
Is everybody gone? You lost LaToya, you lost Kyle.
I got Beth.
You got, oh man, I'm so sorry. I always forget.
Left with Beth. Left with Beth.
Hashtag left with Beth.
I mean, I'd love for her to start giving me some points, but I was rooting for LaToya, and now I'm really rooting for Tina. I'm loving Tina. She's in a great position. Ain't nobody targeting her. And I also think that Vic and Kiefer have the best strategy in the house. So those 3 are my faves.
Yes. Kiefer strategically right now, I'm really liking that. So I'm trying to look past the like, I'm gonna have so many fans. I'm like the best. And his roast kind of won me over as a comedian. I really appreciated the work he put into it and memorizing his jokes and his delivery. It was quality work, Kiefer. Wouldn't surprise me if he was like, I'm gonna do a little stand up when I get out of here. That wouldn't surprise me. I could see him do that. He would fit in there. And Tina, agreed. I think Tina's doing great. I want to see my girl Victoria win, Spicy Villain, being on my team. And I still think, and maybe I'm naive and maybe it's because I picked him for my team, but I still think Ty has a chance in this. Am I crazy?
Yeah, no, not crazy at all. I heard Austin and Brayden talking about like, if Jed and Ty were on the block, who do they take out first? And they said Jed. So I do think that Ty has a little better social game maybe, or there's just something about Ty they like more. So especially if he loses Jed, maybe he slips passed a little further, yeah, for sure. I love Jed and Ty. Honestly, I just like watching them, even though they're usually like, what? A lot of Fessy-isms. They're always like, wait. And they're like constantly trying to piece things together. They thought up until like 2 hours ago that they were completely safe, that no one was going to target them. I mean, it's just like bonkers.
It's so crazy because even Tina and Tara are like, how can these two massive dudes who normally would be like the alpha kind of threat just be scooting along as a super pair with a third being Beth? And I think we decided last time that there should be some showman's points that Sarah should be getting. I forgot what we called them, but
the ATWs.
Yes, the all the way points.
Need some ATWs.
Then some alleged all the ways. So all the way May. So a lot of you are rooting for Vic. We got some Rowan. I mean, Rowan's an underdog at this point, but it's not impossible for Ro to make some big moves and come back. He's a little awkward around some of the people, and he did lose trust with Vic in them, but I still think Tina and Tara would be willing to work with him. And Jed and Ty, for some reason, despite this whole game, Kyle and Ro coming after them, I kind of think Jed and Ty might even roll with Ro again. I don't think, I mean, Ro's not out. If anything, maybe Kyle going home is a good thing for him, and he becomes less of a target.
I think so. I think he's in a decent spot right now. Unless this frame job works, because Vic is doing her best to frame him, but I don't think I think it's going to backfire on Vic, unfortunately. I don't want it to.
Not my girl, Vic. Yeah, Ty is very likable, and Jed's too good at comp so far. Ty hasn't really been a comp beast, and I think the only person that really, really disliked Ty in the house was Kyle. Kyle was just like, I had this stupid face and whatever, you know. But really, I mean, Ro,
stupid handsome face, yeah,
his stupid handsome face, yeah, the handsome one we all like to look at, yeah, sure. Oh, the hammering and nailing, that was a good joke by Kiefer when he was like, "They could keep us awake all night with the hammering and nailing," and you could hear the hammering and nailing in the background. Then he goes, "Oh wait, that's just Jed and Beth."
Yep.
In bed.
Boom. A good one.
And I do like how Ro would run up and run around. Like, because there's always someone at a roast that does that. Because at the Comedy Store, there's always like, they have, you know, like obviously they do the roast, whatever the roast show that's on Comedy Central. I forgot the name of it. It's just the roast. It's Jeff whatever, right? What's his name? I can't remember anyone's name. I've been out of LA for a year now, and I'm like, I can't remember anyone's name. But they do have the people who sit in the front and like run around and fall over on the stage and pour water over each other when there's a good joke. So it's definitely, they did watch some roasts. Partly Cloudy says RHAP got a video taken down for making fun of Beth. And what? I heard, I think from you that happened, but I didn't see that the video was taken down. Because if it's their recap last night, it's still up with Taryn and Mary and 2 other dudes. So I don't know. I wonder why they would take it down. I mean, well, we don't know that Beth is
Jeff Ross, Jeff Probst.
Jeff Ross, Jeff Probst. Yes. I prefer Jeff Probst to Jeff Ross, but that's just me. That's just me and other women. Yes, I want Tina to win, Big Brother. Oh my God, Tina and her. Hey, Arissa. Hey, what about it? Where to go there, Arissa? What did she say when she sits down? She goes, "Where to how it? How about it?" I always, "What you doing there? Hey there, hi there, ho there." Like what she always has that one thing. Word about it.
I heard that the Newfies, we would love them, and I do. I love her.
Newfoundland, yes, and I finally figured out how to say it. I think it's Newfoundland. I think I said it. I think I'm saying it, you guys. Canadians, correct me.
How else do you say it?
I was saying all kinds of stuff. Sarah, you say it. No, you say it. Let me hear you say it.
Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Newfoundland. Yeah. Or the Newfie. They call them Newfies. So
you can't say that. I was told is wrong. Some people said it was fine.
Apologies.
Someone wrote on my video and said that is offensive.
Oh. Well, I don't.
And I haven't said it since. You wouldn't either.
Okay.
You would never offend anyone. That does make sense. Yeah, because Rob is more careful about that, and that's why that one guy, what was his name, Sarah?
That's why he's got no strikes against him.
Brent. He has his own thing now because I don't think he said something like that, but I think there was some tweet. There was a tweet, something happened. Yeah. What do you at, Arissa? What do you at? Hey guys, what do you at?
What are
Best
you
kind.
at?
What do you at?
What are you
Best
at?
kind.
Ooh,
What do you
what?
at? Oh, I love her. She's so funny. And other Canadians say I can say it. So is Sarah
Well, there are
canceled?
plenty of
Sarah's
terms
never
that
canceled.
are offensive that some people use. So I'll just err on.
Well, we don't know. But if someone tells me, I err on the side of I'm just not going to say it anymore
Yeah.
because what's the point? You know.
Right.
So
well, everyone here says it's fine.
where do you at? What do you at? What are you at there? What are you at there? Hi there. I love. Oh God, I want to speak Newfoundland. Like I want to go there.
Yeah.
Sarah, we should win this pandemic. So we should
go.
plan a girls trip, go to Newfoundland, meet up with Tina. You know, you guys have cocktails. I'll have mocktails.
To Hawaii or Mexico? Yes. No. Thailand? No. We're going to Newfoundland. We're going to hang out with the mop and we're going to love it.
Oh my God. And we'll get perms before we go. It's going to be so fun.
Yes.
And I'm going to go buy one. What are you at?
What are you at?
Best kind. What
best
about
kind.
it? Whatever. Best kind.
Best kind, Tina.
Best kind. Yeah. Tina.
Oh, yeah.
Go to Dildo, Newfoundland. Is that a place? Because that sounds fun.
That sounds like a place Joleen wants to go. It does.
Listen, I'll go. Yeah, that sounds
Chell
fun.
wants to go to Cabo. No, we're going to Newfoundland.
Oh, Chell, we're going to Newfoundland. Yeah, we were at the pool today and he goes, we should just take a trip to Cabo when this is, we get back. So I was like,
yeah.
I go do it, make it happen. Like Mariah Carey, you better make that happen. And now I want to go. I've never been to Cabo. Have you been to Cabo? I feel like I need to go to Cabo now.
I've not.
So I feel like that's a place you would
haven't
go.
been to a lot of places. So have
you been to Mexico?
Oh, I have. I went to Cancun, in high school, but that's it. I haven't been back. I'm not against it.
That would be fun. Couples vacation with Sarah, Joe, Douglas, and Chill. We can play sight unseen. Right at the scene.
Sight unseen Cabo version.
Yes.
I'm there.
I know. I always seen like rich people go there and I would see it on TV where I see everything, where I experience my life through the television. And I saw housewives go there and I saw the kids from Laguna Beach, I think, went there. And then I saw a friend from Minnesota went there. And I was like, if she can do it, we can all do it. Why can't we all
do it?
Now, granted, she's an anesthesiologist, like she's a nurse anesthesiologist, so she's killing it.
They make the most money.
So maybe we can't.
We already cover what YouTubers make?
I know. Like I had to have a day job. Like I wish
ain't getting me to Cabo, y'all.
My job. Yes, been to Cancun.
The world shut down and was like, you can't travel anymore. And I was like, haha, it wasn't anyway.
I know.
Take that.
I travel when other people pay, like the U.S. government, when they're like, hey, do you want to go on a European tour? I was like, for sure, buddy. For sure. Morris has been to the kitchen and the yard.
Word.
Right. Chell was talking about Cabo Cantina and Scott Stiller's on it. Yes, that makes more sense. That sounds more like my husband. That sounds he's very fiscally responsible, conservative.
But you know what? Honestly, that sounds great too. Chell, Douglas and I will meet y'all there.
We'll go meet up.
Like they got good margs.
Oh,
I like a good marg with salt on the rocks.
It's a nice place. And they got tableside guac.
Oh, I love a tableside guac.
I didn't even know what yikma was until I went there. I was like, what's this?
Jicama.
Jicama. Yeah, that's what it's called there.
Not yikma. Heckama.
Where they at?
Where they at? What are you at?
Yeah, where they at? What are you at? Tell us more about the dildo place, please. And YouTube's just paying all the money. They're only taking 30% of our super chats, so it's really kind of them. It's really. Have you signed up for the YouTube? Because we have Patreons, but are you going to do the YouTube member?
Yeah. No, because I have Patreon. Like, what do I got to start over? I don't know.
I know they keep sending me like, you should do this, and I'm like, what?
I know they'd like to take 30% of that as well, but I'm not going to ask my people to up and move somewhere else. So
you can do Patreon. Both, but then it's like, oh, you offer stuff here and you offer stuff there and you offer stuff everywhere.
But then where do people sign up? I don't know.
Right. It's just like,
we're trying to make it easy for you guys. We're trying to do all the work and just make it easy. You guys click a button
I love BBing, always like giving the exact definitions of things so that I never look as stupid as I sometimes do. So thank you. Thank you, BBing.
Hickam is
Thank
delish.
It is
Love it.
delish. It's very refreshing, you know?
It is a little. Mm-hmm.
I
Kind of like
recommend Sunset
celery.
Beach.
Got a high water content, maybe.
Fiber, maybe a little fiber.
Oh, definitely fiber. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's celery, little fibe. Okay. Cabo is
Nutrition
wondering.
tips with Joleen and Sarah.
Bam.
Mm-hmm.
Tastes good in my mouth. That's what I don't know. I'm trying to think of another.
Oh, and then it goes a different way.
I'm a native Texan. Y'all can have our guac and Mexico vacations. I don't quite know what that means, but I do.
But
my in-laws live in Brownsville, so they're right on the border.
All
so
the guac.
Go right over.
We'll have all the guac.
I love guac. Oh my God, I could live on guac. I feel like the first time I hung out with Sarah, she wanted me to fill in for David. So she reached out to me and it was so cool. I was like, oh my God, Sarah's reached out to me. And then we were like, because we chatted a little bit. And then you're like, do you want to come over to my house? We'll watch the episode and you can fill in for David. I was like, great. So I show up. I should have showed up a little earlier. I showed up right when the episode started. And she gave me guac and chips. And then it was so weird because we had never spoken really before. And then we sat there, watched the episode, which was so comfy. And I ate my guac. But I'm like, oh, I should have showed up before to be like, hi, I'm Joleen. But we had already been watching each other. So we felt like we kind of knew each other.
Right.
But then we just like, boom, hit it off. And Jovi, and I was like, hi. And it was just like so fun. But yeah, we bonded over guac and Big Brother.
That's right. David and I used to eat chips and guac every single episode that we'd watch together. So it's tradition. So you came over, I had chips and guac for you. I am a big guac fan. That was funny because you chat a little bit online, but then you showed up to the house and like we really hadn't.
We never did.
Like had a real conversation. We're just like, oh my Big Brother, ha 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 ha. And then we like turned a camera on and we talked about it.
But it worked out perfectly because look where we are now. The best of friends, Sarah. I can't believe you love me so much and I love you so much. And I love to tell Sarah how much I love her. And she goes, thank you. Oh, but yeah, we had our first late
at ya. We need one of those shots of like, this is how it started. And this is what is that? And how it started, how it is now or something?
Yeah, how it started, how it's going. Is that look at us. We need to get cooler with the memes.
I will not be able to do that.
We're trying our best here, you guys. So
yeah, we are.
Yes. No, she wasn't at all like that. Sarah would be like, Joleen better use a coaster. Sarah was chill. Sarah's chill AF. I think people think because maybe you're organized that you'd be a little more like type A or something, but you're not.
I know I seem uptight because I'm kind of a goody two shoes, but yeah, I'm not really uptight.
Sarah's also fun to go out with because she dances. She'll eat and then she'll do dinner and second dinner like I like to do. So if you're out and you go and you have a little dance party USA and then you go to a diner later, even though we just had dinner, that's my kind of night. So
yes, always keep eating and dancing.
Then the toilet paper delivery.
What else are you doing?
Yes. This is your life,
right. Oh
Sarah.
my God, Lady Di, I forgot. Yeah, right. Yes, then we had a pandemic hit and Joleen, I find out, is like, can't find toilet paper. I'm like, girl, I will bring you some. Jeez.
Yes, and you came all the way over to my place, which LA, if you're on other sides of the city, which we were, it takes a while. So that's a true friend because no other friend reached out to me.
You got to drive through Hollywood to get to Joleen back in the day.
I know. You had to drive through a lot of urine to get to my house.
One day when I was leaving your house, I think we had shot together and I was leaving and I was driving up. What's that mean? Fairfax, maybe?
Yeah, Fairfax.
I was coming up and the cops like come to the intersection and get out with the like big guns. And I like had to like stop and be like,
Joleen's neighborhood. My neighborhood was a little sketch.
I was just trying to get to the valley. Just get me to the valley.
Get back to the valley. And I was like, I live in the city. Yeah, I was just reminiscing about, I was like, Chell, do you miss our old place? Because being out here in the desert, it's way more chill. And we had the serial pooper that every time I had to go to Rite Aid, there was a guy that just would projectile poop into the street. And so you had to go through the, parking lot and, I miss it. I miss Hollywood. It's so fancy. It's just everywhere.
If you come back this way, I'm going to make you live in the valley.
Oh my God, I already am looking at places back in that area.
Not allowed.
I know, but I really do like the valley though. It's nice. It's nice. It's calm. There's parking. There's parking.
Yes.
I know. And there's an IKEA.
And safe streets. An IKEA. All right, we got all the things.
Yeah, me and Sarah did the bus it challenge when we were out. We're like, bus it. And Sarah was like,
I don't even know what you're saying.
Do you know what the bus it challenge is?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna send it to you. It's on TikTok. It's old news, but it was like you're just sitting there like, girl, I think my butt can't bang. You're looking in the mirror, you're not wearing makeup, and all of a sudden you drop low and you're like, bust it. And then you're all made up and your booty's out. It just sounds like something you would do, Sarah.
Okay, great. When I pop back up, I'm not going to have any more makeup on. It's very subtle. So,
oh my gosh, I want us to be able to get it together again so we could do TikToks together.
Yes, please show me what the heck is happening on TikTok. I don't understand.
My gosh. I love it. Yeah, no, I'm still really bad at it. Speaking of which, follow me on TikTok, Joleen Lunzer. So that's our updates, guys. I wish we had more to tell you. Wish we could tell you who's on the block. We don't yet know, but we're pretty sure Victoria is the HOH.
It's gonna either be Jed and Ty, like, whoa, or it's gonna be Austin and Roe. Or maybe Austin Braden, but probably Austin Roe.
Yay. Do a lot of people think this, Sarah? Do they think you and David are married when they find your channel?
A lot of people. Yeah. A lot of people ask us if we're married and do we have kids. And we're like, no.
I think the first time I saw you guys, I probably was like, that's a cute couple. And then I saw more of your interactions. I was like, oh, no, they're not a couple. They're not a couple. They're besties. They're besties for besties.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. When I talk about my husband, Douglas, people are like, wait, what? It's not David?
Are you cheating on David, Sarah? Do not cheat on David. That's so rude.
Yeah. Right? My bad. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't help it. No, I remember seeing you guys' videos and they were so fun. And then through the years, I think you guys showed like your different evolution of your hair.
Oh my gosh.
So
well, I mean, we didn't mean for it to be the evolution of our hair, but it is quite the journey.
I love it. You guys, you experiment, and that's the kind of friends I like to have. And then we all went to see Big Brother together, the three of us, and it was just
we
so
did.
Fun.
Oh my God, that was fun.
We've had so many
Remember
fun times.
when we could go see and sit in the audience together?
Yeah, we saw Julie Chen again, and we're like, oh, hey, Jules. And she's like, what's up, Sarah, Jolene, David? Oh my God, David, you look great. We're like, what about us, Jules? And she's like, yeah, you too. And we met all of our friends, obviously. Yep. And it was really fun. So, all right. The longest Minnesota goodbye ever, you guys. Right. So, Sarah, what do you got coming up that they can check out or look out for on Nerdtainment?
Well, we finally have ended Amazing Race Australia. 24 episodes. We have the finale this Sunday, and James and I will be live Sunday, I think at 4 p.m. Pacific. We also have Drag Race going. David and I are still recapping Drag Race. And, of course, lots of BBCAN.
Yes. You guys, you'll probably see me randomly, maybe if we find out something this weekend going live about it. But Monday I got 90 Day with Nana. Tuesday I'll be on Sarah's channel, so make sure you head over there for my Big Brother updates, and then continually with Big Brother. I just put out a new Jolene Reacts. If you guys could support those are great. And this weekend, I'm going to look for more Big Brother auditions that I can break down. And a lot of you have messaged me saying you would like me to break down or give you advice. Again, I don't cast Big Brother, so what I say is strictly what I like to see. But if you want me to break it down, email jolenereacts@gmail.com and I'll do it in a video, but I can't do personal consultations at this time. I just don't have the bandwidth, you guys. It's just one lady. Okay, I turned 41 this year. I get tired sooner.
When machine here. I'm so tired.
Little sleepy. All right, follow us on the social media. You can find me at Joleen Lunzer on all the social medias, and you can find Sarah on the Nerdtainment at Sarah Big Brother, right, on Insta, Twitter, all that fun stuff. You guys know the drill. And you're wonderful and you're lovely, and we hope you're all safe and well and happy.
Yay!
Have a wonderful rest of your Friday night. Bye, everybody.
Yes. See you later, guys. Bye.